Hi everyone, it's Cathy Cena with Tri-Cities Community TV, and we would like to thank the Coquitlam Public Library for donating their space to us today, as well as the First Nations Coquitlam peoples and the land that we are seated on today as well. My guest today is Maria Howell. She is the admin of a very large group on social media called Support Tri-Cities NBC Business and Events. This group has over 10,000 members. How are you managing all of this, Maria? Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Cathy.
Yes, absolutely. I felt it was important for people to learn a little bit about you and how you've been so instrumental in the Tri-Cities with this group itself. But let's find out a little bit about it and how it started. Was this sort of a COVID initiative of sorts? Like, why don't you share a little bit with us about that?
Thank you. Yes, precisely. It was during the pandemic. My ex-boss, Ryan McKenzie, he thought we have to help people because we're not getting businesses moving, and people were struggling. So that was his initiative. He started the group, and it grew to what it is today. So I help him manage the group, and it's been very successful. We like people to be able to advertise their businesses without any economic ties attached.
Right.
They just have rules. They know they have to just post once a week, and then from there, it self-manages. The group self-manages.
It self-manages.
Yeah.
What do you think inspired him to start this platform? Do you think it was just COVID and he's like, wow, businesses really need some help out there. Let's try to like push them into this group and such. And is it mostly Tri-Cities businesses that are in there?
Yes, correct. They have to be Tri-Cities. We only let people from the Tri-Cities join because a lot of communities, they have their own. So we wanted to have our own community. He started because of COVID, but he's just an entrepreneur by nature. He loves creating new things, and if you help the community while doing that, that's an extra.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I totally understand. Now, how do you feel about creating the group, managing the group, and ensuring that you have trusted and valued information on this community group, because out there's so many scams going on.
Oh yes,
there's so many different things. So I guess the question is really, how do you vet what's being said and what's being talked about on the actual group itself?
We have steps that we follow through to let people in. Because there are so many spam accounts, so many. And literally right now, they post about, venting and auto repairs, cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
And we know those are not good intention accounts, right? So we have a process where we will look at the profile and we can tell, like when it's an account is spam, some are really tricky, some are really good. They take the time to, do good pictures and good posts, and there's something wrong with it. Some you have to follow your gut. And okay, I'm gonna give it a try, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But mostly, we just look at the profiles, and we know what the intentions are.
Right.
If the business is advertising as in they're in Coquitlam, but they're not, we know that's.
So you're looking into all of these things before you even approve them, or all of that. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, I know it's self-managed, but like you are constantly on there. I mean, I know that the Christmas season will be passing us soon, but like the events, the craft fairs, that we'll talk about that in a minute. But so when you are vetting them, you're checking they're saying Coquitlam, but then you're noticing that either they probably don't exist or maybe they're in Surrey. So you're like, that's not true. What other things are you looking for?
So we looked at they cannot just serve the Coquitlam area. They have to be based here.
Right.
Otherwise, it will be everybody, right? Everybody serves Coquitlam. So sometimes they don't like it because the argument is, well, I'm already selling to people there. I'm already serving people there. Why not? And I will tell them, I am so sorry, but that's what the whole name is about, and the group is all about, to support our community, right? So some are happy with the decision, some are not. But we have to be fair. Right? The rule is you have to be in the Tri-Cities, not just serve the Tri-Cities.
Right.
And that includes Maple Ridge, Pitt Meadows, and Port Moody, Coquitlam, and Port Coquitlam. We extended to Maple Ridge because people are so close anyways. So even though the group is Tri-Cities, we allow Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows.
But I think Maple Ridge, Pitt Meadows, and Mission are actually known as the other Tri-Cities. We're the first Tri-Cities, but they're the other Tri-Cities. So how do you feel the group specifically supports Tri-City businesses? What have you seen, behind the scenes or in the interactions? Because I'm sure you're still keeping a pulse on it when people are commenting and things, but how do you feel it has supported cities and businesses in the Tri-Cities?
Word of mouth, mostly because they promote each other, right? We don't allow people to just post something and then forget about it.
Yeah.
We say, like private message, we tell them, you have people asking you questions. You need to reply to your questions.
Wow.
Because otherwise, if they're asking, oh, do you deliver? Or do you sell by the dozen? Or this and that, and they're not replying to those questions, then they're not constantly, engaging.
Yeah.
So there's no point.
I totally understand that. And what type of businesses have you seen in this platform? Give us some examples of businesses. You don't have to mention names, but even groups like who's on there? Is it mostly service people? Is it professional businesses? What are you seeing?
A mix of everything. A mix of everything. And I noticed a lot of home-based businesses after COVID, because that's the way people were surviving, right?
Yes.
Home-based businesses. And lately, I have seen a lot of cleaning. People doing house cleaning, a lot of people doing Christmas lights, stuff you can do as a...
It's seasonal. It's seasonal.
Yes, yes. And because the economy is really, really struggling. The economy is not the best right now. People are struggling, and they are having a supplemental income. Right? So this is ways they can do it. Cleaning houses, babysitting, Uber, stuff like that. It's like delivering food.
Right.
And we promote that, but every time someone posts anything, we have to make sure they're transparent, because we don't allow people to say, example, I need someone to work tomorrow from 8 to 4 p.m. me. No. We need to know what is it that you're promoting, who are you, what kind of business. We don't want people to get into trouble or, it's not safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's a scam.
I know. These part-time kind of work out there, and it looks like it's. I feel we have to go with our gut, and we have to say if it's too good to be true, it probably is. It is too good to be true. $56 an hour for a part-time job. I'm not sure that's happening.
I know, exactly.
Trust me, I've gone down that road. So we won't talk about that. Tell me some success stories. Tell me maybe if people have DM'd you and said, oh my gosh, I did this post and it was so successful. Thank you for having this platform. Do you have any success stories that you can share with us?
I cannot remember a lot of the names because it happened quite a bit.
Yeah, just in general, yeah.
I will see people recommending each other, and then from there, even my own physiotherapist, she will say to me, Maria, did you say something nice about me the other day? I was like, yes, why? Because I have 5 clients within the last 5 days. That's because you recommended her online. Yeah. And the group is big, it's 11,000 now. And I do a lot of cross-posting. I cross-post with the TCMG group, and I cross-post with the Coquitlam community. Right. So both groups are seeing the same post. Right. And then they join each post, each group. Therefore, you can see the promotion going all around the Coquitlam community. It's really interesting how it just spreads the good word, right?
And word of mouth is so powerful.
I know,
it's so powerful. That's our number one getter of clients in my company is word of mouth, and then Google Ads is number 2. But word of mouth, it just can go exponentially. Yes. And you can have word of mouth, even someone used you 2 years ago, they're still recommending you today. So it doesn't have to be someone from last week. No. If you had a physio treatment, it doesn't have to be that you just went yesterday, right? So that's really good. What do you think some of your challenges are managing a group of 11,000 people, Maria?
Like I say, it's mostly the spam account and the bot accounts, the ones that are, manually or automatically replying to the questions with an okay or yes. They're not real people. They're not real people. I have questions in the group, so they can actually read and answer the proper answer, right? If one of the questions is name a location, Deep Cove. No, Deep Cove is not in the Tri-Cities. Right. La Parch Lake is, right? Yes. So we know if someone replies Deep Cove, they don't even know where Coquitlam is.
Right.
Or they will name a street in Vancouver. That street is in Vancouver, not in Coquitlam. So if you don't know where you live, you don't belong to the group. We want people to be able to recognize, who you're working with, and give everybody the same opportunity.
How do you handle feedback or criticism? Because, you know, this group is large now. Maybe you made a decision and a person didn't like it. Whether they're in or out, it doesn't matter. But how do you handle that yourself? You know, do you take it personal? How do you deal with that individual? Share that with us.
We never take anything personal because it will be 11,000 people drilling you, and that will be really bad. We make decisions based on by experience, right? If there's something really touchy and really serious, we get together with the group that means and we discuss. One example, this person is saying, what do you let so-and-so and so-and-so into the group if so-and-so it's not in the Tri-Cities?
Okay, that makes sense.
Is
okay,
fair.
yeah. So those people, they're asking that because they're
asking
watching?
Exactly.
Yeah, so how do you deal with that?
We do investigation. We want to find out. So
Right.
sometimes we find out people will say location Coquitlam, but they're not. Once they go in, they change the name of the location. So the person will say, but it's in the website. So I will PM the person, I noticed you have moved. Oh yeah, I moved 2 months ago. Well, you're not in Coquitlam anymore. I'm really sorry, but I have to remove you from the group.
Okay.
Some don't like it.
Some
but
don't
we
like
have
that.
to respect
So some
the
of that
rules.
is, yeah, you do have to respect. So you're very, very, like you don't bend.
No.
And they're not in the
No.
Tri-Cities, or the other Tri-Cities, they're out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. That is not a rule that we're going to bend on. That's fantastic. So how do you measure the impact that the group has had on local businesses, and even like with events, for example? How do you measure? I mean, last weekend I saw you at an event that I was at and that I promoted through the site. I love when it comes close to that October, November, everyone is putting their Christmas craft fairs, and I love looking and you know, and I mark my calendar, and even if I can't go, it's still in my calendar because, oh, Evergreen's having something. Oh, it's the such and such having something, you know. And so I mark my calendar so it's here. Yeah, like the Coquitlam Craft Fair is coming up, I think in a week or so, right? So all of that. So how do you measure the impact, do you think, that this is having on local business? Is that not really something you look at, or?
We don't look at it much, but we do see our statistics with
Yes.
Ryan. We'll tell him, hey, Ryan, the group is not moving. What should we do? So he will post something to boost.
Okay.
Or I will post something to boost.
Yes, okay.
We don't like to do the tag everybody. It's quite too much.
Yes.
But when it's something important, like when we reach 10,000 members, I did tag everybody.
Yes.
Because it's important to people, they have to know this is their work too. Just not mine or Ryan's, it's everybody.
Right.
So we measure by the engagement, you know, and we notice it's low, we promote more. If we notice there are people that are not sort of following the rules, we need to review the rules, and we have done that. Last year, because other than the pandemic, we allow people to post more than once.
Right.
And that didn't go well because it was too much. And we noticed people removing themselves from the group because no one likes too much of
Spamming,
something.
too much
Yes.
spamming, I know.
No one
I know,
likes
it's
that.
true, it's true. What would you say some of your long-term goals are?
I would like to be able to see more engagement in the group, right? But without any kind of drama or any political involvement or any kind of like give backs, because the group is not about money for us or interchanging in between. I don't want that. I just want the group to grow organically.
So, you know how some groups, they have like, you know, the Feel Good Tuesday, or they have the Share Your Business on Sundays. With your group, you can share every day.
Yes, no. Yes, you can share events every day,
Events?
but not businesses.
Not business.
Unless
So
it's
when
not-
do they do that? Do they?
So on Sundays they can share their own business. Any day of the week you can share an event.
Okay.
And any day of the week you can share someone else's business as a
Okay.
recommendation.
Oh, as a
So
recommendation.
not your
okay.
own, like a
Not your own.
referral.
So Sundays it could be your own though. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay, got it. Okay, that's great. What do you find the rewarding part of this for you?
Oh, when I see a lot of comments in one post, and I can see the statistics like, you know, this reached 1,000 people.
Right.
That's a lot. Or when this reach 100, and I can see who are they. Oh, I see this person is interested in this business, or this person is interested in the other business, and what made this post so popular? That helps me a lot
Right,
when we're
right.
posting.
Right.
I look at the statistics and I can see what did I do right, or what did the person did right, what
Right.
did they do.
Yeah.
For example, sometimes you can tag, the website, or you can do, add or a hashtag. sometimes those backfired because then you get a lot of memberships from a complete different area that you don't want to.
Right, exactly.
So you have to be very careful what you hashtag and what you don't.
That's great. So in terms of long-term goals, you were talking about, growing the group, getting organic, growth in that group without having to pay for anything. Again, at the end of the day, you're a volunteer, and this is something that you're managing. And I think that for myself, I think especially during this time of year, and other times of years, like it does depend, but I definitely know, like for the events part at Christmas, like you are my go-to. And then also like you said, when you do your cross promotions and you're seeing the person's name multiple times, I think that that's good too, because people also see you as, I don't want to sort of say like a Tri-City influencer. I don't mean it in that like sense of the word, but it's like, oh, Maria would know. And I think also too, like you're also very engaged in communication. Like if I send you something and you don't send me something back for 3 days, then I'm thinking, well, you know what, that doesn't work for me.
No.
By now it's past the time. Instagram is supposed to be for instant things, right? But you are very good at communicating and getting back and reciprocating all of those things. And I think that then that's how you gain trust from the people in the Tri-Cities. Is because you're doing all of those things in a timely manner. Of course, we have a life, and
of course,
I don't expect you to respond at midnight, but 12:01 a.m.
Sometimes I do.
12:01 a.m. is good. But I feel that community leaders, they come in a lot of different. They wear a lot of hats, right?
Yes.
And they come in a lot of different shades as well. In terms of like you said, you're working, you have a full-time job, you're managing this now, but the group is growing, and I think that was also what resonated with me. You have that 10,000 followers now, and that is very, very successful. It takes people a long time to have 10,000 followers, right? And you guys have done it all just in a very short time. In terms of like what do you want to see out of the group? Let's say in one of my last questions would be like what do you want to see come out of this group? Do you think you're going to be the admin for the next 5 years, or like where do you see it going for yourself?
My goal would be that they will allow us to promote the group within the city of Coquitlam and Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, that they will allow, let's say that again.
Promote the group.
Okay.
For example, when someone moves here, I would love to see our group recommended.
Right.
Just like, this is how you start your hydro.
I love
this
that.
This is how you put your phone bill.
I love that.
I want to see this
is how to get into your community right here. Support Tri-Cities, businesses and events. Oh, that was a goosebump moment. I love that.
Because everyone will know about it, because not everyone knows. Not everyone even knows about the Coquitlam Community Group. And that one, we have 22,000 people.
Wow.
There's about 160,000 in Coquitlam, only Coquitlam, and we only have 22.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, even Port Moody's group are growing, and we only have 34,000 people. So definitely, that's really great. Who knew that something like a Facebook page on social media would have 11,000 people? Now, like you said, the entire Tri-Cities is around 300,000, habitants, if you will, families and such. So when you look into the perspective, 11,000 is not that many.
No.
So we want to encourage more people to join us. Today I'm speaking to Maria Howell, the admin for Support Tri-City Businesses and Events, right here in our backyard. I'm very, very fond of this Facebook group. I can find a lot of information on it, and I'm going to encourage you to look them up on social media, and you can be recommended yourself and even find things that you may need right here in your community. My name is Cathy Cena. I'm reporting for Tri-Cities Community TV. Thanks for watching.